busy, they come and disturb you. So even they don't come and disturb you, you are also aware that they are looking at you. You'll be very, very, very careful. So even you don't see them, you know a lot of eyes looking at you. So when you are practicing alone in the forest, you tend to be very careful. Even you are very tired, you take a nap, always eager to get up whenever you hear any sound. Especially you are staying in a cemetery. So also you have to know, like those things mentioned in the suttas, like you have to be moderate in your food, moderation in eating. But you see, our precepts are such that we can only eat in the morning and we can't eat in the evening. So if we practice hard, we tend to get hungry. So we need to be supported with those allowable requisites, like prunes and honey, and some people, if they need cheese, then they take cheese. But for me, I find cheese is no good, raises my cholesterol. So like kamlam, olive, dates, all these things, and also I have to keep some like coconut oil or olive oil in case in the middle of the night you get gastric problems, then you take a spoonful of oil, it gets rid of the acid. So also you have to, if you want to be very diligent, then you have to do quite a lot of walking. That's why I advise Brother Albert to get some mosquito coil and get some lamp, some light, and so that you can see the walking path. And if you're walking outside, the floor might be cold, so it's good to wear sandals, slipper, not so cold. And especially if you're old, you're young, you don't need. So when you are doing seclusion, you need to be supported by one or two persons who will bring you food and bring you anything that you require. So for example, hot water. You need some hot water in the evening, so that in the middle of the night, if you feel you need coffee to keep you up, take some coffee in the night or something. So in this practice, you have to use your wisdom, because if you have some experience behind you, it is very valuable, because if you don't have experience, sometimes we go to extremes. So we need to have some experience to know how to guide ourselves the middle way. So these are some of the things.
You can say, being in seclusion and somebody is stuck in meditation like this, should we break the seclusion and go and check with the master?
No, once you go into seclusion, you're not supposed to come out. So if you're not ready for a long seclusion, then you have to start with a short seclusion. So you have to know how long you can go into seclusion. If you think that you get stuck, then don't make a long seclusion. In fact, generally seclusion is not for beginner. It's for people who have some experience.
This 34 on 10 on the concentration of Dhamma, how do we then reading
What page is that? 177. Contemplating impermanence of breathing. That impermanence is not the impermanence of the breath. That means when you are contemplating, you try to be aware of the breath and also reflect on impermanence. Impermanence. Say like whatever you have learned in the Dhamma about impermanence, that the body will grow old and all that. That you see your relatives growing old and all that.
How the breathing mentally, concentrating on the thought, not breathing out, is better.
This one, I think, is supposed to be after you have entered the jhana and you have come out of the jhana. Because previous to this, you have all these states, experiencing happiness, experiencing rapture and all that. That is earlier. That's already jhana already. Then after that, you come out, then you contemplate.
Maybe when you know why the Buddha specify that he only allow one person to bring food during distribution. Is it always the same person?
It's not necessarily always the same person, but normally a monk, when he goes into seclusion, he will pick somebody who is reliable, and somebody, for example, who knows, if possible, somebody who knows like what food he prefers, so to take the suitable food for him, and somebody that he can trust and all that. So like the Buddha used to have an attendant, and we find the earliest years of the Buddha, he used to change attendants quite a lot until later when he had Venerable Ananda as his attendant, and then he didn't change because Ananda was very devoted to him. So Ananda was an ideal attendant, so he did not change. So generally also the same, if a monk wants somebody to attend to him, he will also, for example, like in Thailand, they have many monks in a monastery. So according to the Vinaya, when a senior monk goes out, he generally has to be attended by a junior monk, junior bhikkhu. So he will pick one that is that can serve him the best, instead of choosing anyone. Sometimes some young monks are unreliable, so you choose one that is knows how to take care of you well, then he will always stick to that one. Can we end here?